The year is 1783. After a long and costly war, the United States had won its independence from Great Britain. The 13 colonies, once clinging to the edge of a continent, were now free to chart their own destiny. The victory was hard won, secured through the sacrifices of countless patriots. Now the fledgling nation faced the daunting task of self-governance. The question before them was as vast as the unexplored lands to the west. What kind of nation would they become? The first attempt at a national government came in the form of the Articles of Confederation, adopted in 1781. These articles created a loose association of states, with a weak central government designed to avoid the tyranny they had just fought to overthrow. However, this decentralized structure soon revealed its shortcomings. Congress, lacking the power to tax, struggled to pay off war debts and fund a national army. Disputes between states over trade and boundaries threatened to erupt into open conflict. The dream of a unified nation seemed to be slipping away. By 1787, it was clear that the Articles of Confederation were failing. Leaders from across the newly formed nation convened in Philadelphia, not to celebrate their hard-won independence, but to confront the very real possibility of its unraveling. The task before them was monumental: to forge a system of government strong enough to bind the states together, yet flexible enough to allow for their individual growth. The debates were heated, the compromises hard-won. But from this crucible of ideas emerged a document that would forever alter the course of human history: the Constitution of the United States. The U.S. Constitution, signed on September 17, 1787, was a testament to the founders' belief in the power of compromise and their unwavering commitment to building a more perfect union. The document established a system of government with three distinct branches: legislative, executive, and judicial, each with its own powers and responsibilities. This separation of powers, with its intricate system of checks and balances, aimed to prevent any one person or entity from gaining too much control. The Constitution also addressed the concerns of smaller states by creating a bicameral legislature. The ratification of the Constitution was not without its challenges. Across the 13 states, a fierce debate erupted between Federalists who supported a strong central government and Anti-Federalists who feared a return to tyranny. The Federalist Papers, a series of essays penned by James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay, eloquently argued in favor of the proposed Constitution, emphasizing the need for a unified nation to navigate the complexities of domestic and international affairs. The Constitution, ultimately ratified in 1788, was a monumental achievement, but it was not a finished product. Recognizing that individual liberties needed explicit protection from government overreach, the Founding Fathers soon added a Bill of Rights. These first 10 amendments, guaranteeing freedoms of speech, religion, the press, and the right to bear arms, among others, stand as a testament to the enduring belief in the fundamental rights of every citizen. In 1789, George Washington, the revered hero of the Revolutionary War, was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. Washington, a figure who commanded universal respect, was acutely aware that his actions would set precedents for all who followed. He approached the presidency with a sense of duty and purpose, determined to establish a strong and stable government. Washington's presidency was marked by a series of critical decisions that shaped the course of the young nation. He established the first cabinet, appointing Thomas Jefferson as Secretary of State and Alexander Hamilton as Secretary of the Treasury. These two brilliant minds, while both committed to the success of the new nation, held vastly different visions for its future. Hamilton, a staunch Federalist, favored a strong central government and a national bank, while Jefferson, a Democratic Republican, championed states' rights and an agrarian society. Their ideological clashes led to the formation of the first political parties in the United States, a development that Washington viewed with apprehension. He believed that partisan politics would sow division and undermine the unity so crucial to the nation's survival. Despite Washington's warnings, the Federalist and Democratic Republican parties became central to American political life, their contrasting visions shaping the nation's trajectory. As the United States entered the 19th century, it faced a new set of challenges and opportunities. The vast Louisiana Purchase in 1803, orchestrated by President Thomas Jefferson, doubled the size of the nation and ignited the spirit of westward expansion. The acquisition of this immense territory stretching from the Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains fueled dreams of a continental nation and set the stage for the Lewis and Clark expedition, which would further explore the uncharted West. However, this westward expansion was not without its consequences. The displacement of Native American tribes whose ancestral lands lay in the path of westward migration led to conflict and suffering. The issue of slavery, already a source of tension between the North and South, became increasingly divisive as new states were carved out of Western territories. The young nation once again found itself embroiled in conflict with Great Britain in the War of 1812. The war, sparked by British impressment of American sailors and interference with U.S. trade, tested the mettle of the young republic. Despite a series of early setbacks, the United States ultimately emerged from the war with a renewed sense of national pride. The victory at the Battle of New Orleans, led by Andrew Jackson, solidified America's claim to the lands it had acquired and heralded the nation's growing military might. The period from 1783 to 1815 was a time of profound change and uncertainty for the United States. It was a time of constitution building, of defining national identity, and of navigating the treacherous waters of international relations. The decisions made during these formative years laid the foundation for the nation that would eventually emerge as a global superpower. The legacy of the Founding Fathers, their vision of a nation built on liberty, justice, and opportunity, continues to inspire generations of Americans and people around the world.